So that was fun. You know, Charlie coming out and Simon, and we kind of started with the what. We started with this technology and technological innovation, with the three waves, and then, we talked about the why, right? We're here to build this idea of data culture for this new workforce, for this instrumented workforce, right? And I think we're almost there, right? We're almost capable of putting these things together and delivering on this promise, right? To finally deliver on this promise. So that's all great, cool. But how are we going to do this? So really the conference shifts now. Now it's more about the how. Now, how do we prepare ourselves to go back and actually do this? And I think all the sessions will be about kind of the how. And that's really where we need to focus. And when I think about the how and the problems with the how, I do think, we've sort of constrained ourselves. We've been focused on these breadlines and this data chaos, and we've created this sort of one tool that we're all going out solving every problem with. We're like whack-a-mole, like boop boop boop, problem comes up, boop 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 boop, and we hit everything with a hammer. Right? And the hammer that we're hitting everything with is the dashboard. Like, I forget what Charlie said, yet another dashboard. Like, we think, and we get this feel good that, oh, we put a dashboard in the lobby, done. Oh, we put a dashboard in back of the sales team, done. Right? We think like things can be solved because we're so busy solving these much bigger problems of chaos and breadlines, right? That we finally deliver it to our users and it's like, here's a dashboard. And that's okay, right? It has its place. But it's kind of like driving around looking in the rearview mirror. That's a little bit difficult. And I think the dashboard has been overused quite a bit. And this idea of BI and dashboards is in a certain place okay, but in another place it's been sort of that we're not cresting the hill. We're not getting to that other place that we want to go. And I think what we need to start to do now is we need to start to build out the rest of the tool set. And as we solve those base needs at the bottom of the pyramid, right, we can start to go up the pyramid, and the pyramid starts to look like more kinds of tools for our end users to actually take data and wrap it around how they're working, to be the place that they're working rather than the place that they go to check some things and then go back to the place that they were working, right? It needs to become the place that they're working. And I think that this whole idea of applications and how people use systems is really changing. And there's a new kind of application that's emerging in our organizations. And I think, with the launches last year, and we started talking about data platform in the third wave, we've seen many of you start to take this and build this around how people are working in marketing or how people are working in these different teams. And it's starting to look like more than dashboards. It's starting to look like a new kind of application. And I think it's really exciting because this is going beyond like the BI marketplace. This is going beyond the data marketplace. There's this whole new class of software and SaaS applications that are coming to market that are actually doing a lot better than many of the BI vendors, right? It's the New Relic or Datadog for the DevOps people. These are data applications for those people. It's Gainsight for the customer success folks. It's Anaplan, for the financial planners. There's these other kinds of applications that have emerged that are really solving these problems more specifically for these individual use cases. And Looker's vision has always been, and will continue to be the platform to build applications like this in your organizations. Not like giant year-long project application kind of development stuff, but how do we take data and wrap it a little bit better around these business processes? And clearly, nobody's going to build Datadog or New Relic on top of Looker. That's not the intent, but the intent is to find the other 20 or 30 use cases in my organizations where I could build a lightweight application and solve those kind of problems in similar ways where it feels more like the place that I'm working rather than the place that I go look at later, right? And I think we're starting to see this. It's really exciting. And with Looker 4, which we announced last year, right, we made that possible. Like, you started to go do that. Many of you started to do that on your own. And we had Looker blocks, and we had the idea of data everywhere and these things that we were building on. So Looker 4 made it possible. And the stuff that people started building was just incredible, right? It was really interesting. But you kind of needed, a bit of a development team, or you needed a web person, or you needed, more data folks to do this. It was not, particularly easy, but it was possible. And I think if Looker 4 was about making it possible, what we're launching, at Join now, and what we'll be talking about for the next couple days, is Looker 5, which goal is to make it easy. Right? So we want to make this much easier to do these things, continue on this vision, and allow you to go back and find ways to ask that question why, to go higher up the sort of needs pyramid, and deliver these kinds of solutions to your organizations. Now, that's not to say we're like not doing our BI tool. Like, BI is a critical component of Looker, and tomorrow, in tomorrow's keynotes, we're going to be talking about all of the advancements that we've made, there, with SQL Runner and visualizations in the SQL Runner, data merge, all the statistical functions that we've added. So there's a lot coming there as well. But today, we're going to continue on this, let's ask why. Let's see how we build data culture. Let's see how we can deliver these specific solutions to these instrumented workers that we have in our organizations. And I think we need to start showing that to you and showing you examples. So, this year we brought on Jamie Davidson, who's our VP of Platform, and his job is entirely to go find ways that we can build these things and to start building them. So I'm going to bring Jamie up here in a second, and we're going to actually run through these and actually show you what they look like.